had it in yellow highlighted, and I don't know if it's the same.
Oh, okay.
If it's updated on yours.
Mike gonna be here, we know.
You wake us up.
The February 9th board meeting is called to order. We know it's 5:04. We're gonna have the prayer by Mrs. Gibson and our pledge by Mrs. Bailey.
Everybody will please bow your heads. Dear Lord, we humbly come to you tonight, ask that you guide us as we make decisions for our students and our community, that we make decisions that would be best for all of us. And thank you for the people that are in attendance tonight, for the support, and for our educators and all that they've done over this past year. Please continue to lead us and guide us in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. At this time, we'll note that all board members are present except Mr. McMillan, and we just want to continue to keep him in prayer as he recovers. At this time, we'll have the recognition of our Teachers of the Year, and we want to, okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Lawless, you can count that.
Is Lane on? Lane's not.
Who's not here?
Lane, take pictures.
I'm gonna go through each school. Bibb County High School Teacher of the Year, Mr. Philip Heath. Centerville Middle School, Victoria Turner. Brent Elementary School teacher Herman. Randolph Elementary School, Miss Ann Lawler. West Bluffton High School, Joe Clements.
He was high.
West Bluffton Elementary School, Caitlin Avery. West Bluffton Middle School, Anna Jones. Centerville Middle School, Whitney Grant. West Bluffton Middle School, Ms. Taylor Love. Woodstock Elementary School, Megan Sanders. Bibb County Career Academy, Daryl McKinney. Okay, and then our district, teacher of the year, elementary, Miss Victoria Turner.
Okay.
Secondary teacher of the year for Benton County, Mr. Philip P. And then I'll participate and everyone gives me permission to use that photo on social media and website.
We thank all of you for being Teacher of the Year of your school and the district. At this time, we will recognize Lacey Mitchell for receiving the Albert K. Fretwell Outstanding Educator Award.
Like here today, she,
No, she's not.
okay, she received this award from Boy Scouts of America and Black Warrior Council. I don't know if that's, has that run in the Central Press or not? I think that's been sent in.
It's been sent in, I haven't seen it.
Anyway, we want to congratulate Miss Mitchell, Lacey, for receiving that award, the Albert K. Fretwell Outstanding Educator Award. And that was given to her on behalf of the Black Warrior Council of Boy Scouts of America. So congratulations to Lacey for that honor.
At this time, we'll recognize our National Board Certification honoree, and that is Ms. Cheryl Morris, third grade teacher, Woodstock Elementary School. National Board Certification.
Is Miss Morris here today? Is she out in the hallway? I don't know. Okay. Well, again, we want to congratulate Ms. Morris. She adds to our number of National Board Certified teachers that are in our district. She finished that up this year, and we want to congratulate her. It's a big honor. It's a lot of work that teachers have to do to go through to earn National Board Certification, and we want to recognize Ms. Morris for her work today, and congratulate her, and also congratulate her principal, Miss Essman, on working with her. And I think her mentor teacher was, I think, Miss Cromer. So congratulations to Cheryl Morris for National Board Certification.
And next, we'll recognize our Bibb County Spelling Bee winner. This is Alex Gators. He is the 10-year-old son of Candace Hamilton. He's a 5th grade student at Centerville Middle School.
District winners.
There you go. Thumbs up right there. You get one this way. Oh, I'm moving
When's the next competition? March 27th.
He's ready.
All right, good luck.
Then if I could get teacher of the year or picture out front where we can spread out everybody, and then they're welcome to come back in here or.
Okay.
Y'all come back.
Mr. McGee, what grades competed in the spelling bee?
5th, 6th, 7th, excuse me, 5th, 6th, 7th, and is it 8th?
4, Fourth?
4th,
Okay.
5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, I believe.
On Assembly, there is the brochure they gave out that night with everyone's names on it. It's attached if you want to take a look.
It is
at
attached? Okay,
Yes,
well,
it
let's take
is.
a look at that.
Uh-huh. Yes.
All right, and let's recognize everyone.
Look at the program.
The program and our participants. The Brent Elementary School winner, Audie Reese Brown. Alternate at Brent was Gunnar Collins. Centerville Middle School winner, Alex Gators. Alternate is Izar Brooks. Randolph Elementary, Avi Aguilera. Alternate, Cole Johnston. West Blockton Elementary, winner Will Putman. Alternate, Chrislyn Sampson. And Woodstock Elementary School, winner J.C. Hubbard. Alternate, Stormy Chesser. And again, Alex is our district winner. And our sponsors, I will recognize those. Brent School, Katie Luker. Centerville Middle School sponsor, Haley Holzenbach. Haley Weiss. Randolph Elementary School, Melanie Worrell. West Blockton Elementary School sponsor is Bethany Cody. West Blockton Middle School, Amanda Hood. And Woodstock Elementary School sponsor is Miss Kristen Lightsey. So we want to thank those faculty members for sponsoring the spelling bee in their school. And once again, congratulations to Alex for winning. I also want to point out to the work that, the work that Ms. Conklin does in this production. Dr. Partridge, Farrah Daniel usually participates in this. So we'd like to thank them and other members of Delta Kappa Gamma for putting on spelling bee in our school systems. All right, now if I can get out of this and back to the agenda. There we go. Okay.
Okay, the superintendent recommends the approval of the meeting agenda. Do I have a motion and a second?
I make a motion. I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Okay, the motion carries. Approval of the minutes. The superintendent recommends the approval of the minutes from the January 12th, 2021 and January 20th, 2021 board meetings.
I make a motion.
Are there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? The motion carries. Financial report and bank reconciliations. We will receive financials and bank reconciliations for December 2020. At this time, do I have a motion that we approve the bills for January 2021?
I second.
Okay. We have a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? The motion carries. The policy statement. At this time, we will have approval of budget amendment 1. Do we need a discussion on that, or do we
Go
have a
to
discussion?
the next page. Flip it, the next page on your agenda. It's got some information there. I'm sorry.
Okay. Budget Amendment 1 includes changes to the original budget to include budget, the beginning fund balance to match the 2020 ending fund balances. Changes in federal funds to include necessary adjustments since the original budget, and to budget any carryover funds which were not available when the original budget was submitted. Includes the addition of state grant funds that were not available at the time of the original budget submission. Okay, do I have a motion
Good.
and a second?
I didn't ask it. Does this make us better off?
Yes, it's required, to do this. Like I said, we don't have any fund balances until our financials are accepted by the state. So we have to do that, that's part of this, and, there, also that, we didn't know the final amount of the carryover until now, so it really has, zero net effect. Are we better off? Yes, because we have to do it. It's just a normal part of business, and we're going to do a final amendment for the end of the year to finalize everything, make sure that we have everything, all our federal funds spent properly, and all of our local funds as well.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I have a motion and a second?
Make a move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Okay, motion carries affirmatively. Item A, set superintendent 2021 goals, set jointly agreed upon goals with the superintendent for 2021 per 2018 superintendent salary resolution. Mr. McGee, you want to come in on that?
Board members were given a survey on that, the results of that, I think you have.
They had in their packet.
It was in your packet, those, the top two goals generally is what we agree on. I've agreed to those, so, it's just up to the board to approve those goals. I guess a motion.
Okay. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the goals? And we received those in our packet.
I'll make that motion.
Discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? The motion carries. Action and consent. Approval of E-days for West Blockton High School and Bibb County High School for pre-act and act assessments on February 17th and March 9th. Request to approve the following E-days for West Blockton High School and Bibb County High School. Do I have a motion and second?
I'll make a motion.
Is there any discussion?
Is Miss Lightsey in here? She may be taking the picture of the group. But, I can speak to this. She and actually the principals of the two high schools have asked, because it is so hard to find substitute teachers, these days, the ACT and the pre-ACT require, unlike our testing for grades 3 through 8, ACT requires a test administrator and a proctor in each classroom. In other state assessments that we do, generally, there's just one teacher in the classroom. If I'm not mistaken, this year with ACAP testing, it's likely there will be just the teacher in the room with the students during testing and not a proctor as well. ACAP.
Yes.
So ACT requires a proctor, and normally, under normal circumstances, we can get teachers, if ACT is given to 11th graders, we can get subs for seniors or sophomore teachers, and they can cover classrooms while those teachers proctor the assessment. But because of COVID and everything else, it's just impossible for us to get all the substitutes we would need to cover for the teachers that are required for ACT assessment. So therefore, the high school principals have requested, through Ms. Lightsey to me and now to you, that on February 17th and March 9th, the high school, and high schools only, would be doing an E-Day on those 2 days. The students that are required for testing will come to school and test. The students that aren't required for testing would stay at home and do an E-Day. Ms. Lightsey, have you got anything you can add to that?
No, sir, we spoke when they had their webinar last week, and just the same things that I told you about the spacing and having to spread out the desk and to do it safely and have the students all in one room to test. We need to approximately 12 to 15 kids. Usually we can have up to 25 or more in a classroom, but due to COVID, that's not possible right now because we have to, make sure that we're not exposing someone or, sitting up next to each other. But this will give us, on the 17th, the 10th graders and the 12th graders will be testing at Bibb County High School and West Blockton High School. So therefore, 9th and 11th graders will be on an E-Day. And then on March the 9th, ACT with writing, which is just all of our 11th graders at both high schools will be testing. So 9, 10, and 12th grade will have an E-Day with assignments. Principals we've talked about, holding everybody accountable, making sure that lessons are prepared so that, it's not just a fun day. They at least have to turn in something and be held accountable that it is a educational day is our ultimate goal there. So we've talked to principals and assistant principals about that, about holding the students accountable and the teachers about pushing out assignments for that day. Do you have any questions of me?
Okay. We've had a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposes? The motion carries by affirmative vote. The superintendent recommends the following policies be received/approved. We will receive the 2021-2022 Bibb County Schools academic calendar options. And we have a copy of those, and we had a copy in our packs.
The two options that you had in your packets, and I've got here on the screens. Option 1 calls for a student start date of August the 10th. Students' last day May the 22nd. And there's not a lot of difference between it and option 2, but option 2 does offer a little bit later starting date. Option 2 has students starting on August the 12th. And if I was any better, I would have both of these up on the screen at the same time, but it'd be past supper by the time I figured that out. But you have the options with you. I will say that option 2 does offer a little bit later starting date of August the 12th instead of the 10th. It does offer what our surveys have said, which is 10 full days or 2 weeks for Christmas, a week for fall break during the whole week of Thanksgiving. The Christmas days are Wednesday the 22nd through January the 4th, with students coming back on January the 6th. So it does hit the 2 full weeks of Christmas, the full fall break during Thanksgiving, and it finishes up prior to Memorial Day, which would be, I guess the 31st is Memorial Day, the 30th is Memorial Day, so it does have students and employees finishing up on the 26th and 27th. you can, look at those options. They are drafts, and at the next board meeting, whether that's our March meeting or if there's need for a called meeting, we would ask that the board go ahead and approve one of those options as soon as possible.
Teachers, have the teachers voted on either or? voted?
They have
Are
not
they going
voted.
to? Are they going to?
Generally, what we've done is, several years ago, we surveyed the teachers on what their desires were when it comes to a calendar, and these, the top priorities among teachers are always start as late as possible, get out before Memorial Day, have 2 full weeks at Christmas, and generally the 4th has always been a full week of fall break.
Yeah.
I guess in addition to, we've always had a full week of spring break, but basically in order, those are what our teachers have indicated. Now, it's been several years since we've surveyed the teachers,
I just wondered.
but there hasn't been a plan at this point to just put it out there and let the teachers vote on it. That's just something we haven't done. We've given the board the options based on what the teachers want. And as you can see, there's not a lot of difference. When one of the other options that just really constrains us is the desire of the high schools to have semester exams before Christmas. Now, we didn't do that this year because of COVID. We had a late start, and our semester exams in high school were actually the second week of January. If we could do that every year, we could start later. And but just having exams before we break for Christmas and starting as late as possible, there's just no way to make the 2 semesters balance out equally. Even both of these options have basically an 86-day first semester and a 94-day second semester. So it's almost impossible to balance out semesters if you can't have exams after Christmas. We'll be starting in late July every year if we wanted to try to do that. So.
Okay, so we'll receive the option 1 and option 2 calendars for the academic school year. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following contracted services. A, request to approve payment to Tim Brown for presentations of the DARE curriculum, 1 day per week, February through May 2021, to 6th grade students at Randolph Elementary and Centerville Middle School. Payments of $75 per day for Randolph Elementary School and $150 per day for Centerville Middle School will be made from Title I funds. Do I have a motion and a second?
Who is Tim Bryant?
Tim Brown is a former police officer here in Centerville. He's been doing this DARE program in our school system for at least, I'd say 10, 12, maybe 15 years or longer. He's from here. He went to school here. He was a police officer here in Centerville, and for the last, I don't know, 15 or 20 years, he's a police officer in Tuscaloosa. Is that right?
That's a national organization, DARE.
It is.
I forgot what the letters stand for. Anybody know?
Drug awareness and drug abuse resistance education.
Daring them to not do something.
Yeah.
I would think. But it's
Drug
drug
abuse
usage and stuff.
resistance education, right. But anyway, Tim's been doing this for years, and
I just didn't recall the name.
he typically he speaks to the students, and he often brings some of the Alabama football players down to speak to the students. He's been doing that for years. And he's brought some really top players from the football team, and basketball teams in the past to come down and speak to the students about that.
Make a motion.
Okay, and we've had the discussion. All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve payment to judges for cheerleader tryouts, February 26, 2021, West Blockton Middle School. Payments of $75 plus $35 travel fee per judge will be made from West Blockton Middle School local school funds.
I make a motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve payment to Ashley Cash as majorette camp instructor, June 7th through June 10th, 2021, Centerville Middle School. Payments of $150 will be made from Centerville Middle School funds.
I make a motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve payment to Madison Horton as concession stand worker for Bill County High School baseball. Payments of $25 per home game will be made from Bill County High School local school funds.
Make a motion.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve payment to Caitlin McCary as concession worker for Bibb County High School baseball. Payments of $25 per home game will be made from Bibb County High School local school funds.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve payment to UCA for clinic instructor cheer trials, February 23rd to 24th, 2021, West Blockton Middle School. Payments of $400 for clinic instructor will be made from West Blockton Middle School local school funds.
Make a motion.
Discussion?
Are they going to a competition or something? Is that what?
They typically would do this at school, before tryouts.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Approval of bids. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following bids. Approval of bid for West Blockton High School athletics upgrades. The superintendent recommends awarding the bid for West Blockton High School athletics upgrades to NC Morgan Construction Company in the amount of $1,355,500.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. The superintendent recommends the approval of the following personnel actions. Request to approve the resignation of Kristen Baker, district speech pathologist, effective February 16th, 2021.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the resignation of Jeremy Daly, automotive mechanic, effective March 12th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve the resignation / retirement of Glenda Denise Foster, CNP manager, West Blockton Elementary School, effective April 1st, 2021.
I make that motion, but I sure do hate for her to have to go, and she's, had COVID for a long time, and she's just, feels like it's better for her to retire and just to recuperate and take care of herself, play with her grandchildren.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve the transfer of CNP manager Joy Harrell from Woodstock Elementary School to West Blockton Elementary School, effective February 10th, 2021.
Motion.
Second.
A second.
Okay. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve Catherine Marchant as 11-month local school bookkeeper, West Blockton Elementary School, effective February 10th, 2021.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Ms. Marchant's currently the receptionist at the school, so this will necessitate, if you vote on this, then we'll be looking for a receptionist, but, a good choice on this morning.
Okay.
And again, to replace, Tammy Pearson, who we stole from Miss Morton and brought to the central office, so,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve Kim Brundage as cheer coach, West Blockton High School, effective February 10th, 2021.
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve Taylor Love as cheer coach, West Blockton Middle School, effective February 10th, 2021.
So moved.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Request to approve the following for Woodstock Elementary School after-school program. Faith Hendrickson, after-school assistant at $7.50 per hour.
Make that motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve the following for West Blockton Elementary School Cubs after-school program. Kristen Nash, site coordinator, $22 per hour. Dara Harris, lead teacher, $22 per hour. Bethany Cody, teacher, $20 per hour. Kim Hosenbeck, teacher, $20 per hour. Ashton Steele, student worker, $7.50 per hour.
I make that motion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries. Request to approve maternity leave, and FMLA leave for Heather Johnson, teacher at Brent Elementary School from January 22nd through May 29th, 2021.
I make a motion.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. The Sick Leave Bank Committee has approved catastrophic leave for Lisa Blake, paraprofessional aide, Bibb County Alternative School, for up to 70 days. And I guess that was just informational purposes. Okay. Approval of, I'm sorry. Approval of substitutes. Request to approve the following substitutes. William Hosenbeck, no, that's not Hosenbeck, that's Holcomb, classroom substitute. Christina Holyfield, classroom substitute. Mary Louise Smith, substitute bus driver. Motion and a second for those.
I make a motion.
A second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposes? Motion carries by affirmative vote. Our next board meeting is scheduled for March 9th at 5 p.m. And now we have superintendent's remarks.
Board members, I'm very sad news to share with you. We have lost an employee, West Blockton Elementary School C&P worker, lunchroom worker, Lisa Acker, passed away this weekend. We join her family in mourning her loss. She fought her illness bravely and worked up until literally until she just could not work any longer. And I think some arrangements have been announced, but it's with deep sorrow and sadness that we want to report that to you. And just a very dedicated and hard worker. And our C&P workers, all of our employees work hard, but Ms. Acker really showed just a lot of determination. She loved her job, and we're just very sad to see her pass away. I will say, as far as COVID, I got an updated numbers from Maggie Tucker, our district nurse. Our numbers all have crept up significantly over the last few days. We've all read and seen that the numbers statewide are going down, but we currently have 5 students and our staff members who have tested positive within the last 4 or 5 days or so. And those 5 positive students and staff members have increased our number of staff and especially students who have had to quarantine. So it's not going away. We had a great day of vaccinations last Friday. I want to again thank Cahaba Medical and Dr. Waits and his staff for the vaccinations, the first round of the Moderna shots that were offered to our employees. We had around 213 total vaccinations given out Friday, a week ago. Roughly around 185 or so of those were employees. We did have several retirees come in and get the vaccination. And I can't say enough of our appreciation to Cahaba Medical for the partnership that we have with them. Board members, I think back to a couple, it hadn't been that long ago, maybe 3 years ago, a presentation to offer of in-school health clinic and athletic trainers. That's just grown and grown. Our school-based health clinics now this year, not just alternating between Bryn and West Watkins Elementary, but Dr. Waits and his staff have made the effort to staff both clinics 5 days a week. For the most part, that's what's happened. So, again, I just want to applaud Cava Medical and the partnership we have with them. It's truly something that not every school system has. A lot of school systems don't have a healthcare provider that works as closely with the system as we have, and we truly appreciate that. The second round of vaccinations is scheduled for later this month. I'll be in contact with Dr. Waits on that. The whole outlook on the vaccinations, the state has released more, so as more and more people get vaccinated, certainly that is going to help beat this pandemic back. But our numbers have ticked up this week, and that's a little concerning.
There's no way of knowing how many employees, teachers, and other employees have not been vaccinated, is it?
Well, I mean, we can ask them if they didn't get vaccinated here. We can ask, but they don't
I
have
know
to
you
tell.
can't
You
require,
can't, right? You can't dig too deep for medical information. So,
Right.
there's not any way. I would say, you know, I know that there were a few other employees that probably got vaccinated outside of what we held here last Friday. And some have gone and gotten the vaccine since last Friday.
Right.
So, I would dare say that we're hovering right around 50% maybe of our employees that have been vaccinated. Maybe not quite 50% yet, but probably close.
I mean, it's useless to really worry about it, because not much you can do other than some way encouraging, but I mean, in my opinion, and I think the medical profession and scientists would agree, all teachers and all personnel, lunchroom workers, office workers, janitors, should be vaccinated.
Well,
And it's just a shame that some of them won't.
Well,
I'm
we're
just
gonna-
voicing my own
you know,
opinion.
we can encourage it, and we do encourage it, but, you know, there are employers that may make it mandatory, but I think, you know, ours and everybody else's board attorneys would caution against a mandatory
Right.
vaccination.
I'm sure it'd be.
But
Be
we
good.
certainly encourage it. You know, it was the 40+% of our employees that got the vaccine runs about with what other school systems that have offered it in their system has run. We had our conference last week in Montgomery, and I spoke to several superintendents who offered it because they had a local hospital or provider, and some were less than, or right at, or less than 20% of their employees took advantage of it. There were a few that were around 55 to 60%, but by and large, it's just, we're just not getting the buy-in from the whole public. It's not just school personnel. That's the whole public. But it was a great day last Friday. A lot of people came in and got vaccinated, and again, we're just so thankful to Cava Medical and Dr. Waits and his staff for making that happen.
Did you maybe, I was one of those that got shot, and they were so efficient, and
Oh.
got you in and out, and just, I was amazed at how well it was done.
It was absolutely,
They did a
You
great
come-
job.
Come here, do it.
They it hurt, but, you know.
Oh, God, come on.
I'm Well, I'll say my shot didn't hurt when I got it, but about 12 to 24 hours later, my arm was sore.
Yeah, but they, I appreciate them doing it.
Anyway, Ms. Jones, that's all I have at this time.
Okay, do we have a request to adjourn the meeting?
Go ahead. I request to adjourn.
I second it.
Okay, all right, the meeting is adjourned.
All right, thank y'all.